Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I begin in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. As some of you must already be aware, while most of you are still not, about the tragic conditions of some of our Muslim brothers, sisters, elders and children from in and around the Muzaffarnagar area who are currently languishing in the most pathetic circumstances. At the very onset, we would like to make it very clear that the purpose of this message is not to instigate or promote any sort of hatred towards any community or religion. We genuinely believe that most of what happens that is unpleasant in our great country is not due to the large peace-loving majority which is committed to humanitarian values and principles, but it's only due to a fringe minority which drives their evil political agenda through these heinous means. Well, it all began what seems to be a politically motivated hate campaign, falsely claiming Muslim boys were involved in enticing Jat Hindu girls in what is popularly called love jihad. This hatred eventually led to violent murderous attacks on Muslim settlements, mainly of poor farmers and agricultural workers in and around the Muzaffarnagar area. In September of this year, some 50,000 people fled in extreme fear and desperation and took refuge in the surrounding Muslim majority villages inside the madrasas and the mosques. The riots may have stopped now, but the deaths haven't. Poor languishing victims that are lodged at the many relief camps are desperately crying for help, but it all seems to be in vain as far as the authorities are concerned. Well, let me relate to you what has been published in some of the national newspapers over the last couple of days. One of the correspondents for the Indian Express, Preeta Chatterjee, describes her experience with the refugees at these camps. She says, "These camps with makeshift tents, mostly tarpaulin, with a few waterproof ones from some donors, are home to thousands of families from 6 villages in Muzaffarnagar and Shamli, where communal clashes broke out in September. People from other districts such as Bagpat and Meerut too have settled here, having arrived in anticipation of violence, desperate and highly fearful." She says, "We count our lives by the nights. There is no watch, no calendar. We watch our children make it from one night to the next," says Iddu, who's 48 of Baudi village, who's now camping in Barnavi. Most families prefer to spend the night gathered around a fire outside the tent, cuddling up under shared blankets only near dawn. Solar bulbs have been put up by an NGO, Astitva, in one camp in Malakpur, but are not working yet. Every tent has been given a packet of candles, but the families use them sparingly. When the fires turn cold in the night, we light one candle for an hour or so, says Mehrbeen of Kudbu village, camping in Malakpur. Garbage is piled up in front of the camp. 9 toilets were built by here local BSP leaders in September end. Bricks packed together to some enclosures for some privacy. 3 months since then, only 3 are usable, and a pool of water has gathered around the area. At this point, I'd like to remind all of us what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, that the likeness of the believers is their mutual love, mercy and compassion is that of the body. When one part of it is in pain, the rest of the body joins it in restlessness and fever. Let me share some facts and figures with you of the languishing victims at Muzaffarnagar from the Ummah of Muhammad ﷺ. 40 children dead already, 18,000 homeless, hundreds of pregnant women, our sisters raped and burnt, brothers tortured and killed, no medical aid, or at least not adequate, no food, no warm clothing, and no toilets even for the ladies. Not enough media coverage, and Muslims out here suffering from pneumonia, diarrhea, severe cold, cough, fever, malaria, burnt cases, asthma, and the list goes on. Saif Sultan Syed immediately launched a social media campaign under the slogan Caravan of Hope to turn the attention of his relatives and friends towards these camps. A Bangalore-based Guidance for Mankind Trust, also known as GFM Trust, also joined the campaign, making it a very big initiative. The team was able to collect funds for 2,500 blankets, 30 temporary toilets, 200 kilograms of infant food, 30 winter earplugs, 1,000 liters of milk for children and pregnant women, and hot food for around 500 people, thanks to the timely support from the different people who supported the trust. This initiative is supported by all the major Islamic organizations in Bangalore such as CIS, Diet, House of Peace, AIA, Hikmah, Huda Foundation, Empower Foundation, PERC, and GFM Trust. Jazakallah khair for all the aid received so far, but the victims need much more. So please spread the word in all your groups, either on Facebook or WhatsApp, and spread the word around to raise as much funding and on-field support for the brothers. Muzaffarnagar victims are from the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ideally, it would be great if some of you take the initiative to visit the tragedy-stricken site yourself to offer aid, condolences, and also your moral support, or could pass on the aid through the brothers who are already on field. There's another set of team members who are planning to visit the site early next week. However, in the meantime, your online help could also be a great reliever. And Allah also says in the Holy Quran in chapter 2 verse 261, the charity of those who expend their wealth in the way of Allah may be likened to a grain of corn, which produces 7 years, and each year yields 100 grains. Likewise, Allah develops a manifold the charity of anyone He pleases, for He is all-embracing, all-wise. The people in these camps from our Ummah are highly deserving of your zakat and sadaqah. May Allah accept your zakat and sadaqah and reward you abundantly. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Online transfers can be done to GFM Charitable Trust, NFSC code ICIC 0000252, and the account number is 2520 500 3975. It's ICICI Bank, Coxtown, Bangalore. You could also call Brother Isa for cash pickup with receipt in Bangalore. His number is 0973 9962 490. The time to act is right now, solely for the love of Allah. Do visit us on Facebook /GFM Caravan of Hope and like us and promote the page. Jazakallahu khairan katira.